Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat. And I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for AEWramble episode 33. Right place, wrong times. I get it confused. Jimmy comes up with the titles, ladies and gentlemen. But we are here to review AEW Dynamite from last night, March 9th, 2022. And as you hear, we have the ad-lib stylings of Harlem Rain Polar in the background as well. And I am here with the man of 42,500 subscribers, nearing 43,000 subscribers, Jimmy Macram.
We hit it this morning.
Yay! Woo, woo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all love the show. It was a show. It definitely happened. I was there 2 hours.
You definitely watched it. That's for sure. But yes, we are here to review last night's AEW Dynamite from Fort Myers, Florida. And Harlem, do you want to say hi to the people? Since you're screaming in the background, you just say hi. You gonna try to hide your face now because they heard you screaming? All right, she's out. But yes, let's talk about AEW Dynamite. We want to hear from all of you guys in the live chat with your thoughts, your hot takes from last night's episode. Your super chat donations help out the channel so much. It helps us grow, and it will make sure that we highlight your comment on screen. And of course, drop a thumbs up on this video, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. As per usual, Jimmy, I will ask you, what is one word you describe last night's AEW Dynamite?
Overstuffed. You know what? Overbooked, as in Fightful. Overbooked.
That sounds like we will get into it for sure. We got a couple of people in the live chat here with us already. We got CM who says she's here for the Jimmy opinions, of course. We got Annika here with Reach for the Sky. Yes, indeed.
His t-shirt. Oh, Tony Khan stinks.
What? Wait, why?
Tap dancing nonsense. Enough of this. Rap albums and fucking James Brown t-shirts. Enough of you.
He just forgot what month Black History Month was. Like, that's not his fault. Like, maybe it's different where he's from. You can't hold that against him. We also got Fifth Generation Carney saying, hope everyone's doing well. We hope you're doing well, good brother, as per usual. We also got Annika who says, hey, homies. CM with a question early saying, how much will it cost to have Jimmy come do a Raw watch-along?
I can't be paid in money. Tony Khan has to step down as booker of AEW for me to watch Raw. I can't be paid in cash. There's not enough cash in the world. No.
Wow. So yeah, that's why I don't know if you saw my retweet of our post of our thing here, and I said that someone asked me last week what makes our AEW Dynamite review show different from all the others. I was like, well, my co-host Jimmy Macram only watches AEW. He refused to watch WWE, yet still hates Tony Khan at the same time.
Yeah, that's how I'm able to do it. Because if you watch WWE, you go, well, at least it's not that bad. I don't give a fuck because I don't watch.
Good point. Ricky, thank you. SPM motherfucking 3, absolutely. We also got so I'm not imagining the baby. Yes, no, the baby ad libs was definitely Harlem Brain. My wifey was like, no, she's fine. She's just gonna sit there. I was like, I know her too well. She's gonna start talking up a storm once we went live. As soon as I came on the camera, as soon as Jimmy came, she started talking in the background. Annika also saying your baby's name is Harlem. Yes, love that. It was the wife. I have to give it 100% credit to the wife.
Really?
I always get asked that because I am Harlem born, Harlem raised. But yeah, it was wifey that came up with the name. So that little tidbit right there for you. We also got the Negro Buck saying Princess Harlem earning her first check. Love to see it. Yes, send those super chat donations because she runs through diapers very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. And Chair Relax says, I want a Jimmy rant. I love how people legit come here on Thursdays, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time to hear you run down Tony Khan.
I can't think of anything rant worthy. Oh, well, actually, you know what? The main event happened. Never mind. I almost forgot. No. Yes. Several rants in the main event.
He's giving you cliffhangers and everything because we got to wait till we get to the main event. We also got CM who says, can we have a show of rants from Jimmy and Chrissy? Oh man, I don't know if that's gonna get our channel shut down or get us to like 5,000 subscribers with having you and Chrissy go rant for rant.
You guys like the show?
Huh?
You guys like the show? I'm sure you like the show. It's a good show, I think, mostly.
Yeah. It was a show of two halves, and I'm used to that because I'm a Laker fan, and we have a lot of
Oh, them Lakers! Oh, they be so happy. You made a deal with the devil when they came back to bite you.
That's we are not here to talk about basketball. We are here to talk about AEW Dynamite. Once again, let us know in the live chat what you thought about the show, what you thought about each segment, and super chat donations are very important. It helps out the channel so much. We are a self-funded channel, so this is the best way to show your support to us. But let's talk about AEW Dynamite from last night, March 9th, 2022, from Fort Myers, Florida. It kicked off with the one, the only, the sports entertainer, the influencer, Chris Jericho, coming down to the ring with his hair all down for a new, different look. Man, like, I know we kind of mentioned it, we glossed over it the last couple of weeks, how he's like slimmed down and stuff, but last night he looked like 10 years younger. Like, it was like, damn, bro, like, you really have been swimming in the fountain of youth over the last couple of weeks. What do you think?
It's weird. We always talk about, speaking of basketball, teams that can kind of turn it off and turn it on. Chris Jericho can just turn it on whenever he wants. He's the guy again.
It seems like that, especially with this segment here. He comes out, he talks about how his neck is still sore from his match with Eddie Kingston, but he talks about it being one of the best matches he ever had and probably his best AEW match. He says after the match, he refused to shake his hand, but now he would like Eddie to come out to the ring and he would like to talk to him face to face. So Kingston comes down, who says we are going to get real deep here. He talks about how on Friday night, before the biggest match of his career, he didn't want to show up. After telling the fan, he then gets what chance, which Eddie has the best response ever because he always has the best response ever, and tells them, my dude, my guy Steve Austin isn't here tonight. Relax. Oh my, he's so New York. I love it every single time. But he talks about how 4 people came up and said to him during the fan fest that they didn't kill themselves due to his Players Tribune piece. He went to his hotel room and cried, and he says, "You can make fun of me if you want. I'll still beat you up." And cried after the match because it was the biggest night of his career. The match was what mattered instead of the handshake, because that was a Chris Jericho thing. Kingston wanted the Jericho who was in the Super J Cup as Lionheart, and the guy that fought with Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. He wants to know how Jericho can fill in the hole in his chest that wouldn't let him shake his hand. Jericho thanks him for the match and shakes his hand, but then Here comes 2.0 and Daniel Garcia to take Kingston down. They push Jericho, who sells his neck from the matchup or at Revolution. Also, we thought. Then Santana and Ortiz come down to make the save to run off 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. They get Garcia in the ring. They have Garcia dead to rights. They give Jericho the Floyd signature bat. And instead, Jericho uses it on Santana, nails him with the bat. He nails Ortiz with the bat. 2.0 and Daniel Garcia get in the ring. They jump Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. Jake Hager comes in and he looks very conflicted, but then he attacks Santana as well. And he joins the beatdown. And then we end things with a scary power bomb off the apron by Jake Hager, who loses Eddie Kingston halfway through. Then he gives him the power bomb through a table at ringside, and Eddie lands high on his freaking neck. Jericho after that gets in the ring and he dubs this new group the Jericho Appreciation Society and says that's entertainment. And we already have the t-shirt JSS JAS. They're just some jazz holes. JAS, Jericho Appreciation Society. What did you think about this whole entire angle here with the official Chris Jericho heel turn, the end of the Inner Circle, the first stable, the first homegrown AEW stable that they created, and this new group?
You have a girl, not just the one who was here, a wife. And we've all dealt with it, constantly apologizing over and over and over again, because good Lord knows, silent treatment is just the worst thing in the world. I find myself apologizing to Chris Jericho every week. I apologized 3 times already. It's my last one. I apologize. You had a bad 6-month stretch, and I threw 25 years out the window because of it. I was wrong. Chris Jericho is the man. I love Eddie Kingston, who's always fantastic. Thank God for shutting up this rant. I thought he was going to ignore it and the guy would stop. He did not. So Jericho was like, Kingston was like, fine, I'll address it. And what do I always say about wrestling fans? What do I always say? I told you about the Adam Cole fucking Adam Page match. They're about themselves. I'm not going to say it's one guy in 5,000, but whatever. About themselves. That's what they care about. And I'm glad Kingston shut that cut down. Jericho was fantastic. I love the Jericho Appreciation Society as an idea because nobody in this group, no offense, deserves spotlight, really. It's just a Jericho group. I'm here for it. And I thought it nicely fit together this whole feud with the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz, 2.0. It just worked for some reason. And this new influencer, sports entertainer, that's entertainment, Chris Jericho thing. What is this? His 7th incarnation? It's just, how do you make this work so many times?
Yo, he's had multiple incarnations in these 3 years of AEW alone. He started off as Le Champion with a little bit of the bubbly. Right. Then he was the Demo God. Then he, I guess he was this like the babyface turn due to the MJF thing. I guess that's another whole incarnation. And then now we have the influencer, the sports entertainer, GFY, Chris Jericho. And all of these things were leading us to believe that Chris Jericho couldn't be this oblivious, that he knows what he was doing and that he was turning heel. And now we have been revealed that, yes, he did know what he was doing. And this was all the setup for this.
Fucking beautiful. And I look forward to see where this goes. Santana and Ortiz probably benefit the most from this. Getting away from the circle, getting a feud with Chris Jericho, and being with Eddie Kingston. I see no losses for anybody involved.
I think the best thing for Santana and Ortiz is now they have a feud that could take a few months and they don't have to worry about the tag team titles, because it doesn't seem like, they have their tag teams that are kind of in that tag team title mix. But this is now a feud that they can sink their teeth into while they wait.
Very true. Very true. I'm not mad at that idea. I got to be honest. Looking back on the show, I'd probably flip this in the Sammy match. But hey, anyway, who books the show? I forget.
I was asking where Sammy was for sure. We did get this by Tiger Driver 9X, who says Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti backstage while the Inner Circle disintegrated.
That is fucking hilarious.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
And if you switch it, you have a reason for Sammy not being there. You got fucked up.
Yeah, I would have had him come out and get beat down. Like that would have helped him for the later on in the night.
Who books the show? You let me know. It's not us. I don't know.
I don't know. And that would have been like, hey, that would have been the setup for Sammy and Jericho because if I think that the only thing up for him is to feud with a top guy after, what happened in the main event. So that would have set things up nicely. But maybe they save that for, we're going to have Sammy now react to what happened in the opening segment, maybe in the weeks to come. You never know. But couple of comments we got to highlight here. TM says, also, I thought my kids had come home without me knowing. I apologize for that. We also got Chair Relax who says, thank you, Jimmy. Yes, everyone loved Jimmy. Ricky says next week's Dynamite is going to be fire. I absolutely agree with you there. Negro Buck says, damn it, Sid, not the Lakers reference. Yeah. We got CM says NBA Twitter bullied that ass. Yeah, remember when they roasted Jericho? I think that was the turning point for Jericho. We also got Negro Buck says Jericho's ability to flip that serious switch is why he's on my Mount Rushmore.
Ooh, he's top 4 all time. Jesus, he's in the conversation.
I remember when I always like to tell the story back in 2008. When he first became the Honest Man, and I'm like, Jericho is goated, and Jimmy fought me tooth and nail to pin Jericho in the upper echelon. Fought me tooth and nail.
Yes. That was right. He's in the conversation. He's certainly ahead of Triple H. Sorry, H, love you, but yeah, it is what it is.
Sorry, Hunter. We also got Negro Buck says Eddie's seriously one of the best talkers and characters in the game. Absolutely, like that promo was this was a night of really good promos, but another night of really good promos. After last week, we said the same thing, but I said Eddie had the best one. Just talking about his whole depression and bringing it back on Chris Jericho, saying you're the one with the problem, and that foreshadowed the heel turn very perfectly. Like everything he said was just very well timed and well said.
Agreed. Eddie, yeah, I go with Eddie. I thought Wardlow was really good. I thought Regal had
Regal had the most genuine of the, but it was also the most genuine as far as like he didn't know when to stop. I apparently what Wrestling Observer Radio revealed was there was a guy outside the ring off camera trying to like give him the Oscar cue. Yeah, wrap it up, and he just kept going. So everything else the rest of the night was mistimed.
I gotta say, it felt like 2 promos. The emotional stuff and the dragon stuff. Fair enough.
He went off on the dragon thing. Like he even had to say, I'm gonna get to you, John. We're gonna get into that very, very shortly. Attica says, done right. Jericho in 2.0 will give MJF a run for his money as the biggest douche heels in AEW. Ooh. I will say Jericho in 2.0 just fits.
Yes.
Like they're all 3 of them are just Canadian douchebags. So I enjoy it all. Yeah, Attica Action. How did Hager have a problem giving Eddie a powerbomb? Well, if you saw Hager's body, he slimmed up OD too. Like he did not look that like ripped and toned the last time I saw him. But there you go.
And to be fair, Eddie's, I'm not sure how much he weighs. He's not a small man, and he's kind of built weirdly. Like it's kind of hard to balance that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes. Negro Buck says not a fan of the new name of this for this stable and Daniel Garcia being lumped in here, but I'm so happy the Inner Circle's finally dead. I like Daniel Garcia being lumped in here. He's gonna learn some stuff from Chris Jericho. This is only a benefit. He's the person that's benefiting the most from this stable, regardless of how you feel about the name.
Yeah, I get why Daniel Garcia feels like he's almost too big to be in a somebody else named stable, but it's Chris Jericho. I don't know what else to tell you. It is what it is.
Like literally the only people with bigger names than Chris Jericho in this goddamn company is CM Punk. Like, full stop. That's it. Yeah, full stop. Like I could have made an argument for like Danielson and Moxley, but no, really, it's really just CM Punk.
And Sting.
Sting, yeah. We'll get Sting.
I wish we did exist.
Huh?
I always forget he exists.
Yes. Sometimes you forget, and we can argue someone who debuted on this show could be in that big star names as well, based on the reception, what he got, and what his YouTube numbers have been doing since. Ricky says, for real, Hager looks jacked. Absolutely. Alan Weinstein here with us saying, yo, SP3 and Big Jim love the new Jericho faction. We also got Alan saying Dynamite was strong this week. We also got Nick Jackson says that meme was hilarious. It definitely was 100%. And we got a bunch of other comments, which we will get into for sure, but we got to continue on with the rest of the show. We got a quick little promo from CM Punk following the dog collar match, in his blood drenched with the dog collar around him, talking about how the old CM Punk is dead now. Long live the new CM Punk. So we will see how they follow up from his big victory in the dog collar match. There's been conversation about him kind of looking towards the AEW World Championship, which blends very nicely into our opening contest on this week's Dynamite, as it was AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page defending the title against number 2 ranked Dante Martin. This one was a sprint. These guys went at it. It was very fast. A couple of cool spots, especially the finishing sequence as Martin took, they did a bunch of reversals outside of the ring. Martin gets thrown into the ring. He goes for a dive, but Hangman catches him on the ropes, pushes him back in. He then flips in for the buckshot lariat to get the victory in about 7.5 minutes. I thought that this was good for while it lasts. I wish it would have been longer, but the post-match was really what put over Dante Martin, with Tony Schiavone getting in the ring. Hangman Adam Page calls Martin back to the ring and says that he knows Top Flight is back, but if Martin makes it back to the title scene, he would love to do it again, and talks about his growth, being, on his own due to his brother's injury. They shake hands, and here comes Adam Cole, baby. Cole isn't happy with Page, who is ready to go right now. That's not good for Cole, so he challenges Page to a 6-man tag team match next week. Page can pick any 2 partners he wants, but Cole has one of the best tag teams in the world as his partners, and he says that they are his friends and not Hangman's friends, but they live rent-free in Hangman's head, and he promises to make Page's life a nightmare until he is crowned AEW World Champion. Any thoughts on the opener or the post-match here, Jimmy?
A worthless world title match, continuing to define down Hangman Page. I don't care what anybody says. Boo. It was a good match for what it was, and what it was pointless. I guess the promo afterwards was sweet, except if Dante goes back into a tag team, I'm not going to remember this fucking promo, so who cares? If it leads to a fucking heel turn from Darius, I'd be okay with it, but it won't. And it shouldn't. They should be a tag team for a little bit. So, to reiterate to all this. Now, Adam Cole's promo, I did enjoy. He's got a real, I don't want to go over the top and say he's like a TV star or a movie star or something. But he does come across like a better actor than most. He kind of gets across different emotions very well. And you can tell his confidence has not been shaken. Shaken's too strong, but he's not the same guy he was a week ago.
No.
And it worked well for me. They're my friends. They're not your friends. Like, you sound ridiculous. And I'm here for all of this.
and then the backstage segment they did later on in the night doubled down on it, where he's trying to bring them all together. It's Cole with Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. He's talking about how Sunday wasn't a good night for them, but they're gonna come back stronger than ever next week. He has the perfect tag team partners for him. They love to throw parties. They used to be Hangman's friends. They live rent free in his head. And Matt cuts him off and tells him, he's like, no, I told you before, if it has to do with Hangman, we don't want anything to do with it. And Adam Cole says, well, I know, good, because I picked Bobby and Kyle. What happened?
I wasn't even talking about you guys.
what are you talking about? And then Kyle, I love Kyle and Bobby being like, "You're so full of yourself." Oh my God. And then Matt and Nick tell Brandon to cut off the camera, and in the background you hear you hear Bobby Fish like, "Cut the camera, Brandy."
Bobby Fish is hilarious. I get why some people don't like those segments. I get why you might think it's a little juvenile is the word, but I find it hilarious. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it because it gets over the tension and the whole dissension going on in this group very well, and especially the visual of Adam Cole in between these. Like, you don't even have to watch week to week. From the moment they come on screen, you can see the whole dynamic of the team. Both sides, both the Young Bucks and Red Dragon, look annoyed to be in even close vicinity to each other, while Adam Cole is just trying to be the glue to bring his work friends and his school friends together.
Yeah, it's perfect. I don't know where it goes. I mean, I think we all guess Omega, and then, but I don't know. I like Nick Jackson as a heel. I just do.
It is true. It is true. He is fun as hell as a babyface as well, but I do understand.
Yeah, but
I do understand character-wise, he's just more outrageous as a heel for sure. But Red Dragon seem to be filling that hole very nicely now. Like they are like we want to appease Jimmy for when Nick has to turn babyface. So we are gonna take that quota for him.
Bobby Fish.
Speaking of tag teams, we had the first time ever tag team matchup of Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley teaming up together with Lord William Regal in their corner. They were versing the workhorsemen of Anthony Henry and J.D. Drake. This was all business by Moxley and Danielson. They came out and they worked very well together. Danielson with a surfboard while Moxley tagged in and gave him a chop. We get a crash landing, a vertical suplex released into a powerbomb by Moxley on Henry. Danielson hits the running knee on Drake as Moxley hits the paradigm shift on Henry on the floor. That leaves Danielson for the stomps to the head and then the label lock for the victory. Post-match, Tony Schiavone comes in and interviews the newest signee of AEW, William Regal, and he talks to Regal about the winners and the latter of whom he says that it has been 29 years since he came to America and 29 years since he's been on TBS with Tony Schiavone. He is 53 years old now and knows he doesn't have much time left in the ring due to a lot of empty bottles and a few broken hearts. Regal says, and I quote, "I see you haven't found a decent tailor in all that time, Tony." I love Regal throwing a little shade. Regal thanks Tony for helping him get into the wrestling business in America before moving on to something more important. He does actually get choked up and gets emotional talking about that. And we got this great picture here from 1993 with them on TBS on WCW Saturday Night. Regal goes on and he says that he heard that after he lost his last job, that Danielson was going to fight Moxley. For the last several years, Danielson has been mentioned with Regal, who loves sitting down with wrestlers willing to sit down and learn. And that can add 10 years to your career. And he says that Bryan Danielson is the perfect wrestler. He's everything that I should have been as a wrestler. They would train for hours a day, and Danielson became everything that Regal couldn't be. Then 11 years ago, Regal met Moxley, and they went to mental and physical war for a year. He heard that they were going to fight on Sunday, so it was time for him to finally get involved. What better way for the younger generation to learn than from the perfect wrestler and the perfect sadistic man who will take things to another level? That is why this team is together, and just a warning, anyone who steps in the ring with them will regret it. Either step up or get stepped on. What did you think about the tag team match, first time ever, Danielson and Moxley with the victory over Workhorsemen, and then that great, passionate, genuine promo from William Regal?
As for the match, I thought this was the appropriate way to do it, but not the right time because we had 20 other fucking things happening on the goddamn show. Nobody's even going to remember Dragon and Moxley teaming up on this goddamn show. Who books the show? That's not important. Regal's promo. This felt like two promos to me. You're very hateable, sir. Even though you do look distinctly less hateable with a beard. Regal's promo. Look at that face. Oh. Somebody kick him down some stairs. Jesus. Stuff him in his locker. Oh, he stinks. Be nice, kids. Don't do that to other people. But there's the emotional Regal promo, which I felt probably we should have did. I know he kind of got caught up in the moment, but we probably should have did that after the pay-per-view. In a YouTube segment or something. And then the Dragon Moxley stuff, which felt like the point after he got through the Tony stuff. I'm going to assume his wrapping it up, or being told to wrap it up, is why the Moxley stuff felt so like abrupt. Because the Dragon stuff was, you're great, you're the perfect wrestler, 29 years, 3 years there, hang off at 3 in the morning to midnight, blah, blah, blah. Moxley, you're great too. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, wait, what? I thought this was like a team thing here. Like, what is this?
We know he loves Danielson, and he went to war with Moxley. He tolerates Moxley.
I hope they do something with this. I assume they will, because Dragon and Moxley are two of the bigger names in that fucking company. So if they win the tag, I don't expect a 2-man power trip, even though it'd be awesome. But a nice tag team run would be great, especially with some of the teams they have now. Against Red Dragon would be fucking fantastic.
Whoo, I didn't even think of that one. That would be killer.
Right?
I thought about the obvious one. It's like the Young Bucks. Them and just their style with the Young Bucks style just works. Them
Right.
and FTR. We already seen Moxley have a great tag team match with FTR, and now with Dragon, that would be even to a next level. So yeah, and Santana and Ortiz. I'm always gonna throw it Santana and Ortiz in there.
You know, nobody else cares, unfortunately. It'd be fun. I'm here to see where this goes. Only thing that would concern me is I assume this is it for Regal as the mouthpiece, because taking Moxley and Dragon off of the mic feels like a very bad idea. Regal's great, but they're also great, so we should let them talk.
I think it would be
on everything on the fucking show, and then let everybody speak from here on out. Instead of having 12 segments, how about 10? You fucking idiot! Jesus fucking Christ! What a Jeff Hardy did. I'm not.
We'll get into that for sure. We got Negro Brock. I think he's saying Cole, not Coke. Is great as a character.
It's Tony Khan's nickname.
We also got Annika who says when Brandon said I pick you, and Fish said I heard that.
That's so cool.
We also got Annika who says Regal's promo felt like a Shakespearean play full of tea and crumpets. Yeah, yo, like he was getting into the emotions. This was real. This was real for him. We also got Darren who says F his facial pubes, talking about Tony, I guess.
Face pubes.
Chair relaxes like Jimmy's giving him what he wants. Let the Jimmy rant start. And Nick Jackson giving us the catchphrase of AEWramble. The views and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not reflect those of True Hill Heat, its viewers and affiliates.
That's very true. Very fucking true.
Lovely stuff. We went backstage as Hangman Page approached the Dark Order. He apologizes for how he treated them last week at the pay-per-view, and then John Silver asks him who he'll pick to team with next week against Cole and the Young Bucks. At this time, he thought it was actually Page says that he ran into Jungle Boy and Dino, and he's picked Jurassic Express, who wanted to fight the Young Bucks anyway. The Dark Order seems okay, but there is some dissension going on here. I thought it was very, very interesting, this whole segment here, as it seems like they are finally saying, we're going to put this end to Hangman being associated with the Dark Order, it seems.
I hope so. This should have ended a while ago, to be completely fucking honest. But much like, much like Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy, much like Chris Jericho and MJF, much like Goldberg's title reign, somebody doesn't know how to properly end things. So here we are. Maybe they'll turn heel. Maybe Dark Order will turn heel. I have no idea.
Hey, if it leads to them bringing in a new leader by the name of Wyndham Rotunda as well. I would love it. I'd be down for it. Next we had I love this little touch that they did. I know you don't like Tony and you don't like complimenting him, but I love the touch of saying because the AEW World Title match was shorter than they expected, they had to add in an extra match. It gives it a little bit of a sports feel, like saying, "Oh, we have to throw this bonus match at you, Wheeler Yuta and Pac that we got next." And of course, Pac had to do a highlight in a 5-minute fucking matchup. He pulls out an avalanche brainbuster into the brutalizer to defeat Yuta in about 5.5 minutes. And yes, Wheeler was dead afterward. Pac getting the strong victory after a couple of losses to the House of Black. Any comments on this one?
Yes, Pac isn't over, and I'm not entirely sure why. He never seems to be able to get over his babyface. But that said, fucking dummy coming out there dressed like Danhausen, quite frankly, along with fucking Penta. These two look ridiculous. It looks silly. They don't feel badass to me. Sorry.
No, I wish they would stop having Alex Abrahantes dressed as Darth Maul from Phantom Menace. I'm sick of it. And we should also note that Orange Cassidy has a shoulder injury due to that yeet from Keith Lee during the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and he's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Oh, first of all, he could use it. And number two, Jesus. I mean... Ow! His shoulder? I can't imagine how much that must have hurt on impact. Jesus fucking Christ.
Had to hurt. And, you know, we talk about things just happening out of nowhere, but I think that this is peak things just happening out of nowhere. As we went backstage, we get an interview with FTR, and they talk about how much they want to get their hands on the Young Bucks and Red Dragon for screwing them out of the tag team battle royales over the last 2 weeks. Tully Blanchard tells them to focus on the tag team titles. That doesn't work for Cash Wheeler, who decides to fire Tully. What? Huh?
What?
When, what? How? Why? Yes. Why is a better question. Why?
Wasn't this whole fucking Pinnacle thing, which I thought was weird at the beginning, was we're a family somehow, even though we just got together. And now Tully's not family, even though we've been together longer than the fucking Pinnacle was together. You're fired. But based on what? What's the build up to this?
I don't understand. Like, this is just very, very out of left field. This felt like I hate to do comparisons. You know this. I say this every week. I hate to do comparisons between AEW and WWE because I like to judge AEW on AEW, WWE on WWE. But this very much felt like a WWE segment where something just randomly happens in a story. You were going this way, and then it just veers left out of nowhere, and there's no tracks. So I don't know if the people in the train are gonna survive this turn.
I don't. I'm sure Dummy's got a reason for this somehow. Maybe Tully pissed somebody off. I don't know.
Maybe Tessa's coming in.
Oh,
and then
that's why they put the belt on Scorpio Sky, because they want to soften the blow for this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. If you notice, Tony Khan thinks that March is Black History Month because Dante Martin got a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, the Acclaim got a shot at the tag team titles, and Scorpio Sky got the main event for the TNT Championship.
He stinks so much. I hate his guts.
And we had some other Black stars featured in the next segment as it was time for the emergency meeting of the AHFO. Matt Hardy doesn't like Andrade trying to kick him out of his own group that he founded, and he just wants to make this right. He says that Andrade, who is just perfect with his delivery, says that the team could take a vote, which works for Matt because he says that his sons, his boys, the private party will never vote him out. Andrade votes no. Matt votes yes. Jose votes no. Private Party originally votes yes to start, but then when Matt turns around and faces Andrade, they give him the thumbs down. Andrade, he says, see, I told you, Private Party would never vote me out. And Andrade delivery is awesome with, how you know? How you know? How you know? You should, he tells him to watch his back, and the beatdown is on. AHFO jumps Matt Hardy. Sting and Darby Allin come in for a what seems like a failed save, as they are unsure if they even want to help Matt Hardy, but come down anyway because they are the good guys. And then as HFO has the advantage, we get the real save from none other than the debuting Jeff Hardy with the original, the signature, the iconic Hardy Boys theme loaded. But of course, Jeff says, hold on, Matt, I gotta dance first. This legit, yo, Jimmy, you know, I tell you all the time, my wife does not watch AEW, but she got a kick out of this shit. She was like,
this shit was outrageous.
Only Jeff would do this. He comes in, he beats it. They get the advantage on the AHFO. Matt hits the twist of fate on Blade, and then Jeff follows up with the Swanton Bomb. The Hardy Boys hug and embrace after the matchup, and we even get a little bit of a stare down afterwards as the Hardys, Darby, and Sting all face off with each other. Even Jeff giving a little nod of history with Jeff, with Sting, for Victory Road 2011, probably Jeff Hardy's worst night of his career. But what did you think about Jeff Hardy's debut in AEW and the reunion of the Hardys here?
Fucking Jeff looks great. I'll say that much. I think that's it. I first of all, you talking about fast with the FTR thing. Why is Jeff Hardy here? Did he know this was coming? Did he know Matt was about to be kicked out? Was this a random surprise? Let's be honest. This segment's a mess. Isn't that a mess? Andrade kicks him out, which I agree with. That should be one week. And then Jeff Hardy showing up the next week. Why is this all tangled together? Outside the fact that our booker is on cocaine, allegedly.
Would have liked Matt in his first promo be like, I have a plan to bring AHFO back together. And that plan was Jeff coming into the AHFO. But when the beatdown happened, basically things switched up.
I don't hate that at all. I like that a lot, actually. Whatever. This is all a fucking gimmick just to get Jeff here. And I'm not mad at Jeff here. You get a couple good tag matches. FTR, the Young Bucks, obviously. Maybe even Sting and Darby.
I think them in Private Party is going to be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. But can we please hire a booker? Is that too much to ask? We don't even want to fucking let anybody else book ROH. We have to do everything ourselves. It makes me sick.
Well, as you saw, Jeff is officially #All Elite. Another signing in the last couple of days for this company, and they have already released the new T-shirts for the Hardys. Blood over everything. This is like, I love how they are just embracing the whole Hardys, because this looks like it would come out in 2000. Dead ass. Like this looks like
terrific. This is a 1999 T-shirt.
Look at this. This is vintage Hardy type of T-shirt. You know they are gonna sell like gangbusters on Shop AEW. I love this. I love AEW going out and getting the song as well, because it was public domain. WWE didn't own it, so they went out of their way and got it. It helped make this feel like a genuine reunion.
Yes, this was like nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. I'm not mad at it. It's sweet for a little while, and then we'll be over it.
Yes. Got a couple of comments here to highlight. Remember, guys, if you want to have your comment highlighted on screen, your super chat donations is the best way to do it. We got Annika here who says this was a dick heel move by Hangman, talking about Hangman kind of blowing off the Dark Order there, which I said it was very, very interesting.
And he was mean at the pay-per-view.
Huh?
And he was kind of mean to them at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what he was like apologizing for, and then he basically did the same thing again. We got Will Chisholm who says they heard that Tessa Blanchard was racist, talking about FTR and Tully and the randomness of that all. We also got Nick Jackson says this Tully stuff was totally out of nowhere. Chair Relax asks, does Tully need time off? I hope it's something like that, because usually when stuff happens like this in AEW, it's usually the person is doing something. Like when Chavo gets attacked by Andrade, he has to go do Young Rock, or like the random stuff they do when it's this random. It's usually a reason behind it. So hopefully that comes out in the next week or so.
Okay, I wouldn't mind it, Tessa being the reason for it. I just would find it funny, and that's all I care about. Yeah, we know your family.
Darren says, cannot criticize AEW or CM Punk will come for you. At best, you could say it was a WWE type segment. Oh, no, I was criticizing that FTR Tully Blanchard segment. That was criticism. The only reason I said it was WWE type segment, just about how random it was, just out of nowhere, just the way they did that. We got Annika who says Jose's thumbs down was real aggressive. Right in his face. I was like, damn, Jose, when you get some balls like that?
Jose's hilarious.
Oh, we got Darren saying nostalgia junkies. Well, Jeff, that's a good way to describe Jeff.
That's the new name.
I love it. Nick Jackson says, I would have had the same reaction as Darby. Darby was like, who this motherfucker here? Trying to be the enigma. I'll be enigma of this company. Kid Get Money says, not gonna lie, the Hardy Boys theme popped me. It popped us all, man. That was a great touch by them. We also got Annika saying, as JR said, Jeffrey Nero Hardy. Yes, gave him the full
40.
I think 41, something like that.
Looks right. Looks great.
Thank you. My lovely wife / assistant telling me he's 44. Jeff's 44 years old.
You look great, Jeff.
He looks great for 44. We absolutely see my daughter says. And then Chair Relax says this looks like they sold it from Hot Topics. Talking about the new t-shirts. And Will Chisholm says, when do Maxcaster do a rap about Jeff? Oh, I can't wait for the Acclaim versus the Hardy Boys just for the pre-match rap.
I would have liked it before he got in trouble, but I don't think he'll go there. You know, he probably should.
We shall see. We went backstage after this for a interview segment with another new signee of AEW, as it was Swerve Strickland getting interviewed by Tony Schiavone backstage. Tony Nese interrupts and challenges him, bringing up their past of Friday night matches on 205 Live, and challenges him for Rampage this week. So what did you think about this one?
I think Swerve is standing next to his future. That's exactly what you're going to be. Stupid. I guess you signed in for a good reason, but that's what's going to happen. You'll be brought in, big deal, and you'll be forgotten about, because that's what happens. We have fucking Punk and Dragon and Hangman. Wait, I didn't do Hangman. Punk and Dragon and Moxley and Jericho and Cole. Then Hangman, because that's how far down the list he is of concerns.
And that's only due to Omega not being here.
And then you get a little buzz and then you're done with. I'm sorry. That's how it works. But we not reached the point where we can say this is a pattern.
Hey, I will give them credit. This show, Hangman was featured a lot. This felt like the first time for me that he felt like a world champion, because he was featured in more than one fucking segment.
Yes, that is true.
And the promo afterwards, it felt like for the first time since him winning the title, he felt like the top babyface putting over another babyface with Dante Martin.
Yes, it felt very Undertaker-esque, if I can. Yeah, Swerve seems charismatic. He seems fun. He seems like he'll fucking be on Dark. Sorry, Tony Nese or Jay Lethal or who am I missing? I know I'm missing one of the guy, but we've seen this pattern before. We don't have to pretend like we haven't seen it.
Hopefully he finds himself like Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish, we were kind of grouping him with those guys before until Kyle O'Reilly came, and then he had his role kind of set. We need Swerve. We need some indication that Swerve has a direction and has a path to go down, and I think we will feel more confident about it.
Okay.
We shall see, though. Next, we had an in-ring promo as it was the face of the revolution, Wardlow. And he says he has spent a lot of his life trying to make MJF's life better. And he hopes that you can forgive him for associating with such trash. Wardlow grew up very poor, and he had to watch his mother work hard to raise himself and his two sisters. Therefore, he took MJF's money to build a better life for his family, and he used it as a foot in the door of AEW. He is thankful to MJF for the start, but one day money isn't enough to let MJF treat him so badly. He said you should never let anyone treat you so badly to even put their hands on you like MJF did. He says, yes, that he is still under contract with MJF, but he doesn't care anymore. Wardlow is no longer MJF's bodyguard. He is no longer a part of the Pinnacle. He hopes that MJF will let him out of his contract and they can go their separate ways. All that matters now is that he wins the TNT title and then the world title. From now on, AEW is Wardlow's world. And we even got the t-shirt. Wardlow's world that dropped right after that. So they are going hard with pushing Wardlow, but I will say I thought that he knocked this out the park. I was genuinely surprised by how well this promo was.
Right? He's articulate. He's got a charisma about him. He didn't seem nervous even a little bit for a fucking big time 5-minute promo about your life and Max and the babyface turn. It's a big deal, and he just like it was nothing. Good job, sir.
Like literally, he gave us his background. He gave us a reasonable excuse for why he's been associating with MJF. He gave us his mission statement and what he wants to accomplish. Like he checked a lot of boxes in this speech. I have to give him a lot of credit. I did not expect this from him.
Same. I think he's the only person that can fuck this up would be Tony Khan. And even I don't think he's bad enough to fuck this up. He looks like $1 million. He can speak. He can go. He's got a perfect story. All you got to do is stay the fuck out the way. Now, as far as what he said about MJF letting out his contract, that feels like that's not going to happen, number one. And number two, and more importantly, it's too easy for Petty Khan and them to make a WWE parallel with Vince not letting people out their contracts. So I know MJF's not letting him out of his contract. That is not happening.
That is actually a really good point. But nah, I like the fact that they did this babyface turn for Wardlow, and we still haven't got him getting his hand on either Spears or MJF yet. So we still have that massive pop that's going to come when he finally decides he wants to destroy both of the guys that have made his life a living hell.
That'd be so fucking fantastic. I know people were chanting for him to fuck up MJF. I like how he mentioned that he didn't want to do that. So we know it's coming, which just makes it all the better.
Absolutely. Negro Buck echoing what we said. Good promo from Wardlow. We also got Annika who says, not everyone has to talk. Don't make Wardlow talk too much. Let him be Batista in 2005. Plus his voice doesn't match his face.
What? So what? It's fucking Lesnar's voice doesn't match his face. Mike Tyson's voice doesn't match.
Bobby Lashley's voice doesn't match his face. Like, come on, like this is kind of the MO of these muscle guys in wrestling. Like Batista's the only one whose voice matches his face.
Yeah, the only one who sounds like he would fuck you up.
Exactly. Chair Relax with a good point saying Swerve needs a faction. It's TK's thing. Yes, once you have a faction, then we know that you're in a good space.
Same. He's not getting one. Sorry. Where are you gonna fit? There's no place for you. You're not in the Jericho thing. You're not. There's no more in the circle. You're not in Team Taz, who can't get TV time. There'll be a Rampage, I'm sure. Well, I can't even think of another one. Not the Pinnacle, which is about to be done because FTR, I would imagine, about to leave that group. And what else? One more. We're missing. The Elite.
There you go. And I'm only gonna say this warning once. Darren Gordon Hill, either get better at trolling, or you can get blocked. I see that you're just commenting to troll. So if you're gonna troll, at least be good at it, or you're gonna get blocked, and you can do it on some other page. All right, just letting you know, brother. But we got Frantic World in the live chat here saying, "What's up, SP3 Jimmy and chat?" We also got Will Chisholm saying, echoing the same thing, saying Brock's voice don't match his face. Yes, no. We also got Kid Get Money saying, "I wish Wardlow had a Mike Tyson voice."
This is Wardlow's world. That would be hilarious.
It would. So there you go. You got blocked, Aaron. Congratulations.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, people make it too easy for me. I mean, you make it too easy. I gave you the warning, and then hey. Yeah, heels are pro censorship. Yes, that's kind of the thing that makes you a heel, because I'm censoring you. We also got Joe Jimenez, who says Swerve has got charisma for days. I can't wait for him to debut on Rampage. Absolutely. We also got Ninja Mortis just joining us. Says, "Sorry I'm late. Hope my hookers held it down in the chat." As always, we are here, Hooker Nation in full effect. But yes, we went backstage. We had QT Marshall, who was talking to Keith Lee in a quick little promo segment, saying that they have a shared enemy in Team Taz. Marshall and the Factory have his back. Lee says that he has his own large back and leaves. He says he doesn't need any help, and Marshall does not seem happy about that. And they have a match scheduled for Rampage this week. Any thoughts here?
We didn't get Rick Stark's impression, so already boo. And number two, and more importantly, why is QT Marshall still on my television screen? We did the hook thing. I like that as an idea. It was like a little quick build up to the match. We had the match. It was essentially an elongated squash, which is completely fine with me. Now we're done. Why are we still doing this? Why is Keith Lee of all people standing next to QT Marshall? What the fuck?
Downgrading down. Yes. I did feel kind of like, as soon as I saw QT on the same screen as Keith Lee, I was like, I hope this is just the 1 week thing. I hope this is just to set up a Rampage match. Next, we had the AEW World Tag Team titles on the line, as it was the Acclaim versus the champions, Jurassic Express. Caster's rap talks about how much of a loser Jungle Boy is. I guess Caster forgot that he goes out with Anna Jay. But this match actually turned out to be a lot of fun to me. Like, Acclaimed had a very good close near fall as well. They did a double team move where they launched Jungle Boy into the air and he almost landed on his head, and that got a very close 2 count. Luchasaurus got up back on the apron, hits a headbutt. They then hit this cool little step up springboard doomsday device for the victory to give Jurassic Express the victory in about 9.5 minutes. Like I said, I thought this was a lot of fun. What did you think here?
It was here. It definitely happened. That match was on this card, as a matter of fact. It's only slightly less worthless than the fucking world title match we just had. So all right, let's, instead of being negative, let's do some actual solutions. Instead of having Jade and fucking Tay Conti at the pay-per-view, we could have had it tonight. Therefore, instead of having 3 worthless matches, we would have had 2. And then something else. Why? We know none of us thought fucking the Acclaim was gonna win the belt, right? None of us thought that. None of us thought Dante was gonna win the belt, right?
No.
Okay, so why are we doing this? It's a waste of a title match. And I already don't want to see Luchasaurus and fucking Jungle Boy as a tag team. Already. I'm already over it. Boo.
I will say that the near fall, though, did make a lot of people bite.
Really?
Yeah.
Child, please.
Child, please. I love that. We got Ninja Mortis who says, sorry, Anna Jay is mid. Wow.
That's a hell of a take, sir.
Damn, that's a hot take. All right, I hear you. We also got Joel Menace who says, as much as QT makes people grow, he's amazing at making me want to see people kick his ass.
Really? I never get that feeling.
I just don't want him. Yeah, I just don't want him around after the Cody feud. Speaking of which, even when Cody is not there, he's still hunting AEW's QT Marshall. Really? Even my daughter's like, really? Backstage, we had Jade Cargill, who wants to know who is going to step up to be her 30th victim and who is ready to take her kiss of death. So apparently, the kiss to start the match is going to be a new thing for Jade Cargill. Are you ready?
Not at all. I'm a fan, though. I'll say that much. I will say this, however. Is it me, or does Tony Khan book shows based on Twitter hits and YouTube views? Like, that's just his main thing. That's the main priority. If we can get that, everything else is secondary. Kisses, Jeff Hardy, black people. Wins all around. Wins.
I'm kind of disappointed in our producer. I don't know if he's watching right now, but I don't see our Tony Khan Black History meme in the docket here. And this was like the perfect show to include that in our memes. Come on, producer.
It is already. So does WWE. I don't watch WWE, so I don't care what they do.
Good point. We got Joel Jimenez who says Jay's gonna break Twitter every match. Yes, with that kiss. If she's doing the kiss of death every match, it's gonna break the internet and Twitter for sure.
I can't wait to get turns on this because they can be very woke over there. And we're using sexual representation as a way to capitalize on fucking. I mean, they are too, but I'm just saying.
It's true. Next, we did have some women's action as it was the AEW Women's World Title Eliminator matchup. Thunder Rosa again going against number 1 ranked Layla Hirsch. I really wanted to enjoy this match, but I don't know. Layla Hirsch, it just seemed like she was not on the same page as Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa, and this is not me just being biased, I felt like all her stuff looked all right on offense and, you know, even on her selling and stuff, but it just seemed like Layla Hirsch was off this night. But Layla tries to use the turnbuckle again on this time on Thunder Rosa, but Red Velvet gets involved, throws her into the ring, gets the turnbuckle out of her hand, and then Thunder Rosa, after a few reversals, hits the Fire Thunder Driver to defeat Layla Hirsch. Post-match, Tony Schiavone gets on the mic, and he says that next week, Thunder Rosa's title shot in her hometown of San Antonio, Texas, will be inside of a steel cage. We then go immediately to the back, where Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, laughs at the idea of Rosa getting another title shot because she is going to show just why she was the real winner of the Lights Out match 1 year ago. So basically, what I said last week, what I said last week before Revolution, I was like, Thunder Rosa gets the victory on Britt Baker. Maybe Britt beats her at Revolution. And then in 2 weeks, in Thunder Rosa's home state of Texas, the 1 year anniversary of the Lights Out match, they give us this matchup. And even I even said way back when we were talking about them doing this matchup on a pay-per-view, I said to make it big, it should be inside of a steel cage. But instead, we're going to get it as probably the main event next week at St. Patrick's Day Slam. What did you think of the match and the post-match and next week's match?
I think I'd be looking way more forward to this if Revolution never happened.
Agreed.
That said, we can't change the past. Let's do what we're dealing with now. This match was a mess. I don't know why. I would usually blame Layla Hirsch because it always hurts to blame Thunder Rosa. But let's just say it was But to be fair, this is the second time Thunder Rosa's had a kind of a mess in 2 weeks. Maybe she's choking because she knows that belt is coming. I'm just asking. I don't know. To be fair, I will say this. I've never been as big on Layla Hirsch as the entire world appears to be. I'm alone in this. I just think she's all right and really small. And while she could probably get me in a hold and fuck me up, it doesn't come off on TV, so it's irrelevant to me. I'm watching a television show.
So if I was to rank the women of AEW, I would go Thunder Rosa, go big, huh?
In the ring?
Overall.
And then you led with somebody that's not Goat Baker?
Thunder Rosa, Goat Baker, Serena Deeb. Well, no. Jade Cargill, Serena Deeb.
Okay.
Then I go Tay, Chris Statlander, and then maybe Layla Hirsch.
That sounds about right. Obviously, you got to go big or wrong. That's one. But everything else I thought was solid. I'd probably put Statlander ahead of Tay Conti, even though she's apparently an atrocious.
I would put Ruby Soho against over Layla Hirsch. I would put Ruby Soho over Layla Hirsch.
Yes.
Not that they're using her or anything like that, but
that's who we're fucking missing. Fucking Ruby Soho, Tony Nese, Jay Lethal, and Ruby Soho. Right.
The holy trinity of people that Tony signed and forgot.
Fucking ugh.
It is like different levels because Ruby Soho got the hype, at least got the hype of the first signing. Like Tony Nese and Jay Lethal really didn't. Jay Lethal got a token TNT title shot and a token segment on Full Gear. So I wouldn't say that's the same as, Ruby Soho. They gave her the big presentation. You're the Joker. You win the Joker. You're in the main event of our biggest show ever. And then
nothing.
You made it to the finals of the TBS title tournament. Close with no cigar.
Thanks.
I mean, Hikaru Shida. Let me not disrespect Hikaru Shida. I gotta put Hikaru and Nyla Rose. I'm sorry, Nyla Rose has gone up my list because she's just so hilarious. So I would put both of those ahead of Layla Hirsch as well.
So she's essentially at the bottom.
She's 10. She's in the top 10.
In the top 10 out of 12. Good job. Because
they got 20. They got 20.
Red Velvet shows up in this match. Why? Because she's feuding with Layla Hirsch over Statlander? What?
Yeah.
Stop it. Well, Black History stuff. Enough. Enough of this. Enough. I know what I'm being pandered to. Enough of this. This was fine. Thunder Rosa should win this fucking belt in a great match. It's been a coin flip with these two. The Revolution match was not great. The Lights Out match was obviously fantastic. And they've had several good segments.
I thought Revolution was solid. It just had way too much interference.
Way too much interference. It was in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
I assume they'll crush this one. I just feel that way. I couldn't tell you exactly why.
Even the if you remember their beach break match, their first match together, that was real. That was physical and that was good. So they have more hits than misses, but this has not been the best build up to it going into Revolution and then coming out of Revolution. It's just like, once again, I said this on the Revolution Roundtable. This would have been perfect for like a fatal 4-way based on the build. You should have just done the 4-way and Thunder Rosa didn't have to lose. You could have had Reba be the reason why Thunder Rosa couldn't get back into the ring or cut off the pin and hold it. So it sets up the steel cage match to keep all of Britt's people out of this match. So there was other ways to do this. It's just disappointing that they didn't go in that direction.
Very, very sad. I hope Go Bigger takes a break. To me, this was her best promo in a while, by the way. It felt focused. It felt clean. It felt like we had a point. And she felt appropriately mean. Like it's kind of like hitting a little nerve here. I don't know if I like that. But it worked, and I'm ready for Thunder Rosa to take this belt. That new belt is clean, by the way.
Oh, I love it. I love the new belt. Such an upgrade. Such an upgrade. We got Frantic World who says, I think Tony hook up with a black woman after the pay-per-view, that we got 3 black wrestlers in championship matches, 4 black wrestlers in championship matches on Dynamite. We also got Annika who says, homies, what do we think about Layla Hirsch joining Mox and Danielson's faction?
No, we only have top-tier wrestlers in this faction. Sorry, Layla Hirsch does not qualify. Maybe Deeb, but Layla Hirsch does not qualify.
I want to see Deeb and Lee Moriarty in this group. That's what I think.
I like Lee Moriarty's last match with Dragon, so yes.
Yes, I think those are the guys I would put in this faction with Danielson and Moxley. We got here, Annika says, who uses a pay-per-view to promote a TV match? Come on, TK.
Tony Khan, the great booker we all love so much, because he's not Vince McMahon. That's all you need to be. Is not a complete piece of garbage, just kind of a piece of garbage.
Slightly on the piece of garbage end. We got Will Chisholm who says, I'm just asking what happened to the ranking. Queen Rosa lost Sunday, and now she's getting a rematch. I think that's rematch. I'm a fan of hers. I just want AEW's rankings to be consistent. Well, she was number 1, and then her loss led to her being number 2.
Absolutely. That's how that works. Yeah, nobody else ever gets a rematch ever. Except fucking no, ever. What is this? And I'm glad fucking Go Bigger pointed it out.
That wasn't a whataboutism with the WWE comments. It was pointing out a general trend in most wrestling booking. Yeah, it is about the YouTube views nowadays.
I apologize, sir.
I didn't include Riho Kid Get Money because I haven't seen Riho in months, but I did include Nyla Rose. I did retract that and say Nyla Rose I would put up there as well. We also got yeah, I actually did mention Sheeta as well. Chair Relax agrees with you as far as the Layla thing. We also got Nick Jackson loves the Serena Deeb with Danielson and Moxley. Yeah, you're the one that mentioned that. I didn't think of that before, but that just works.
I'm here for it. She appropriately skilled. Though I'm not sure if this is the babyface group. It felt kind of that way. Well, kind of not babyface, not the right word. Just kind of like a missile on a mission. That's kind of what it felt like.
Ninja Martin's just saying it as it is. Give Regal all 4 killers and call it a day. Yep. Call it a day. Like, they don't need like a whole bunch of young guys. Just have those 3, those 4, Mox, Regal, Danielson, and Deeb train Lee Moriarty. They're all 4 of them are training Lee Moriarty to become like the next big thing in AEW.
I'm not mad at that. Who else did they want? I know they wanted Garcia. Who's the other guy?
Yeah, they wanted Garcia, but he's in the Jericho thing, and they want the Wheeler Yuta, which would make sense due to how much he loses when he's with best friends.
It's shocking. Yes.
Take him out of there and just let him be with this group as well. And CM says, the rankings don't matter. Swole never got her Baker match yet.
Well, we know why that is.
Yes, according to Tony, her wrestling ain't good.
Next, apparently very good. Idiot.
Next, we had our main event of the evening, TNT Championship on the line as Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. Early on in the matchup, a table is set up at ringside. Guevara puts Scorpio Sky on the table and does a completely ridiculous 630, which I'm pretty sure he would have hit if he didn't tell us how crazy he was beforehand. But he completely misses, splat into the table. Out comes Ty Conti to check on her boyfriend. She gets into the face of Paige Van Zandt in the ring. The action I thought was really good between these 2 guys. I think they worked together pretty well, but it was Ty's involvement, Ty's presence at ringside that really was the difference maker as Ethan Page tried to get on the apron for a distraction after a couple of great near falls by Sammy Guevara. He hit the springboard cutter, he hit the GTS, but Scorpio rolled out of the ring, but Ethan Page gets on the apron for the distraction. Conti throws him off of the apron. Paige Van Zandt comes from behind and blasts him. This blasts Tay Conti, throws her into the steel steps. This distracts Sammy long enough for Scorpio Sky to hit the TKO and surprisingly win the TNT Championship. Yes, after 2 other shots at the TNT title previously, Scorpio Sky has finally won it in about 12 minutes in this matchup. I thought that the match was worked very well, told a good story. They really made Sammy the babyface underdog fighting from underneath. After the match, Paige Van Zandt, Ethan Page, Dan Lambert, and American Top Team all celebrate. Paige gets in the ring, beats down Ty some more, lays Ty on top of Sammy, and signs her contract on Ty's ass. And then American Top Team and the Men of the Year celebrate to close the show as Scorpio Sky is our new champion. And it was confirmed after the show that Paige Van Zandt is officially #AllElite. And we also got this sweet little graphic here for Scorpio Sky as he becomes the first man to hold the TNT Championship and AEW World Tag Team titles, and he is the first African-American male singles champion in AEW history. What did you think about the main event, the result, and the post-match with Paige Van Zandt?
The main event I enjoyed, but it stinks. That makes sense? It was fun to watch, but it's fun to watch the way a bad movie is fun to watch. This was ridiculous. First of all, Sammy's an idiot apparently because the whole "I'm crazy" thing. I guess it worked at the pay-per-view as you did this, as this idiot has a hold on you, pretend to be fucking unconscious. That worked. But apparently here, Scorpio Sky is not an idiot. I was going to move the fuck out of the way. And you crashed. So now fucking Sammy's dead. Fair enough. Here comes fucking Ty Conti and is holding his hand like he's close to death. This is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. Up until this point. Because we're about to get even dumber. Because how is Sammy not counted out? How long has he been out outside the fucking ring? The referee's checking on him, and this guy's checking on him, and this is happening, and that's happening. This, and then helping him to the back. What is going on? What? Why? We should just have new TNT rules because this happens consistently in Sammy's matches. I'm not blaming him. He's a young wrestler, number one, so I assume he's not booking his own shit. I'm blaming Dummy as he should be. Because you're bad at this, Tom. You're bad at this. Like this, like details is clearly not his strong suit.
And Sammy, just in case you didn't know, she belongs to the streets.
I don't want to be mean.
What do you think about the move to put the title on Scorpio Sky, though?
He's black, so that's something. He's got a beard. He's bald. I love him already. But yeah, have we tried this already? I mean, as a champion, but we tried to push Scorpio Sky as a singles guy, right? And we didn't do that because he can't talk. Number one, he's not particularly entertaining in the ring. He's fine. He's good, even. But
I would say he's good.
He's
good. Serviceable to good.
Yeah, you know what? Serviceable to good. That's a good way to put it. So if I have to hear more of Dan Lambert, hard pass. Though I got to be honest. Let me ask you this because I've been wondering. And it's been bothering me. How do I say this? Paige Van Zandt. I heard she signed the contract and they announced her All Elite a week ago.
No, they did like a whole deal. That was the whole deal that he announced, Dan Lambert, where he said that he had to broker a deal to get Scorpio this title shot, and he agreed that Paige Van Zandt would sign with AEW.
Okay, that makes sense. I like her signing the contract on her. If she came across as a perfect ass, so to speak, it worked for me. She's a star. Whether or not she can actually wrestle is a different story in and of itself, but she's physically talented. And she's charismatic, and she comes across like a complete woman you like to beat up, except she'd probably beat you up.
And I love the choice of Ty Conti for her first like rivalry because of their backgrounds. You know, she comes from an MMA background, and Ty is a Brazilian, well equipped in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. This just works for me. I like it.
Absolutely agreed. And thank God Cody and Brandy left. Because this would certainly have been their spot.
This is much better for Paige Van Zandt. I rather her Ty than Brandy for sure.
I would never forgive them for fucking having a pull-up brawl between Brandy Rhodes and Paige Van Zandt. It should be a whole bunch of people fucking protecting Brandy.
And of course, you got to trust the process, as Sean Dean says.
God, the
TNT champion and the TBS champion are black. Ladies and gentlemen,
trust the process. This nigga, I apologize. I want to call him a coon. That's over the top. I apologize.
Wow,
tap dancing someone. Are you fucking serious? Trust the process.
All I gotta say is 2 words for you, Jimmy. Antoine Khan.
I apologize. As black people, we shouldn't be calling each other coons so recklessly. And I do it a lot. I apologize.
He's like, I do it every day. What are you talking about? I see nothing wrong with it. He's like, I got Ray Villalago. I just get Blanca and Blanca every day. Well, that brings us to a close on this episode of AEW Dynamite. A couple of comments to feature here. We got CM who says, Tony lies like a rug.
That's funny. It should be.
Ninja Mortis says, right man won. I could deal with less Sammy.
He's
Like
a
a
horrific babyface.
huh?
He's a horrific babyface.
Wouldn't say that.
This moveset is a babyface moveset, but he's a cunt. I'm not. Maybe in real life he's a great guy, but he comes across as a complete cunt. The tongue out, the I'm crazy, the constant smirks. He's an ass.
We got Annika who says, I'm sorry, unless you're married, I don't want anyone coming out as a couple on TV. Cena and Nikki ruined WrestleMania, and I don't want to see Ty and Sammy on TV either. I thought that this was too soon because as soon as Ty came out, I instantly remembered this is the same guy that proposed to another girl less than like about 8 months ago on TV. Like I was just like, this isn't. I mean, I understood what they were going for, and it does set up Paige Van Zandt and Ty Conti, but it made me remember that memory out of nowhere.
Nice, and we should have acknowledged that he does not fucking not with that woman anymore. If you didn't know that, this would seem super weird.
Yep. We also got Annika who says, I'm here for Paige Van Zandt. She got her style all together. We also got Ninja Mortis who says, soon to be first Triple Crown champion, Scorpio Sky.
You gonna win the FTW vote?
I guess so.
What the fuck are you on about? What? Stop it. Knock it off.
Beat Boob is already active. People love you, Jimmy. Saying, does Jimmy do a live stream watch along? I would watch. Well, I'm about to give you just access to our Twitch so you can just film yourself watching Dynamite. I think that's what the people want. They want to see you react to Dynamite live.
I can't watch it long because I fast forward like a motherfucker. Whoa.
Frantic World says, come on, Jimmy, show your black brother some love.
I mean, I'm happy for him, but I know why it's being done. That's why it's hard for me to get behind it.
Some mixed reviews for this. We got Scorpio Sky is a waste of a belt, but whatever, will to.
A waste of a belt. Jesus.
CM says she does belong to the streets. The Kid Get Money says, the more I listen to the AEWramble, the more I start agreeing with Jimmy. Am I going to be okay?
God damn.
We also got Frantic World says, I need Jimmy to watch WWE for like 2 weeks.
I tapped out. I'm like you all. I don't like being miserable. I tapped out.
Oh, well. Joel Jimenez says Jimmy ranting live to WWE shows would be hilarious.
I can't even imagine.
Annika with a good question. Like, bruh, do you think Scorpio would be champ if Squall didn't call TK out?
No, of course not. Like, this is a silly question. You're absolutely right. No. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, I got to defend Paige Van Zandt.
What happened?
She's not sucking bare knuckle fighting. She got her ass kicked a couple times, but she was in the fight. She lost, but she was in the fight. She had good fights. Give her a break.
Oh, he also got CM saying if you acknowledge that, you have to answer the question of when did they get together? Sammy and Ty.
Like, come on. Like, let's just be honest. Come on now. Come on.
Ninja Mortis says Pam knew when Sammy proposed he was stalling for time. The writing was on the wall. They had chemistry. Oh, damn.
Come on. I think we all agree. I don't mean to be. I'm not gonna. Come on now.
I both love our live viewers and hate y'all at the same time. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. So yes, Jimmy, thumbs in the middle for the March 9th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up all around. Let us know in the live chat who was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below as well. Jimmy, what was your match of the night for the March 9th episode of AEW Dynamite?
Shit. I didn't really like any of the matches, to be honest. Probably the tag match. If you're forced to pick one of them.
Which one? Jungle Boy and...
Yeah.
Okay. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus the Acclaimed is your match of the night. I'm going to go with Sammy versus... No. Actually, I'll actually go with the opener. I'll actually go with Hangman and Dante. I felt like it was a sprint. I wish it was longer, But I felt like this was it accomplished its goal. It told the full story of the singles arc for Dante getting that opportunity, losing, and now he's going to move on to the tag team title scene. And plus, it was the first time that Hangman felt like the top babyface. So MVP, who you got?
I think I'm gonna go with Wardlow because that was a big spot to be in, and it's you could easily fuck up the rest of your career with a bad promo, and he knocked it out of the park. I'm going with Wardlow.
I'm gonna go with the first man to win the TNT Championship and AEW World Tag Team titles, the first black male singles champion in AEW history, Scorpio Sky. He's a Laker fan, so I gotta go for him. We gotta show love. Black brothers and Laker fans.
Yeah, guys, each other.
All we got is each other right now. We don't got wins to be happy. We got each other. And I'll go co-MVP. I'll go Scorpio and Jeff Hardy. I felt like the Jeff Hardy, him dancing was just the pop of the night for me. Dancing before he made his entrance. LVP, who you got, Jimmy?
I'm gonna go with fucking Tay Conti. Ugh. I mean, she didn't get a Paige Van Zandt match out of it, so that's something. But
I agree with you. Why did you even come down, Ty? Like you were the deciding factor of why Sammy was distracted and lost his title. I can't give it to Sammy. I gotta give it to you. See, even my daughter agrees. We got CM who says the vlog shows it all, talking about the chemistry between the two. We got Terry Hall from the original Mighty Ducks. Thanks for joining us. Saying, imagine Sammy proposing to Ty on Dynamite. Jesus.
Oh my God, yes. You should have MJF come out and say, didn't we see this already?
MJF would be the one to say that. WrestleScope says MVP was William Regal. LVP was Dan Lambert because he's a douchebag. Dan Lambert didn't do anything. Come on. Will you stop? We also got Annika saying LVP Conti for being out there acting like she don't belong to the...
Jesus.
Y'all done ruined any chance of me ever interviewing Ty Conti. Thank you.
It's over. That shit never happened.
Kid Get Money says MVP Hangman, and we also got Joe Jimenez and Jeff dancing and choosing dance over family is my MVP. I keep laughing at that shit at my work desk each time I watch it. I definitely agree with you there. But yes, that wraps up this edition of AEWramble. Jimmy, as always, you are the man of the people, it seems. So let the people know where they can find you on social media, sir.
At Twitter, at Instagram, at YouTube. At Jimmy Macram. I don't usually talk wrestling. I try to be happy whenever I can, so I avoid wrestling. Yeah.
And you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TrueHillHeat. You can become an even bigger supporter of the gang, patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month. Become a Patreon backer for more exclusive content that we provide over there. And of course, we got plenty of great content on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel right now. We had our live watch along for NXT Roadblock this week, NX3 48, with Chris G and Ness covering the action from Roadblock with the new NXT champion Dolph Ziggler. We also had our watch along for AEW Dynamite last night with the birthday boy Ness. Go over to @SkinnyKravitz on Twitter and wish him a happy birthday, as well as Josh and Wendy. So you can check that out right now on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. But myself and Jimmy will be back here next Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time for AEWramble. Will you be with us too, Harlem? I don't know. She's trying to pull down my banner in the background and stuff. So it might be time to go. So for Jimmy Macram, for Harlem Rain, who is behind me, and for all of you, thank you for joining us live on this edition of AEWramble. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble number 33. Right place, wrong times. And we are signing off until next time.